What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be fixing the biggest flaw that my Audi A4 has, and the only thing about it that really drives me crazy every time I look at it. So it's kind of been a process, but we're finally starting out today. It'll probably be a couple week thing, but we're on the road to fixing it. So as you can probably tell, laying here on my living room floor are two fenders for a B5. And I found a stupid deal on Marketplace. A dude had bought them, and he bought them for a B6, and they sent him B5 fenders. So he had them painted in a B6 color, which looks very good, I must say. So he had them painted already. So all I have to do, well, we're taking him to my buddy, Andrew, who you've seen before on the channel. He works at a body shop, so he's going to professionally paint them. I'm not going to rattle bomb them. I want them to look flawless. So it's a little bit less work for him because he's just got to scuff them up and paint them. They've already been, whatever, they probably came dented up, you know how body panels come in the mail. So that's already been handled. So we're going to throw these in the car, hopefully without beating them up too bad. And we're going to run over to his shop where he is going to prep them for paint. And we're going to make my Audi rust free finally, because I have rot holes in both of these. I left that part out. We're fixing the rust on the B5 today. So let me get these in the car. I'll show you guys the rot on the car. And then we'll head over to Andrew's. So for those of you that haven't seen the car, I have a full walk around video of what's done to it on my channel. You should definitely go check that out. But it's literally mint, basically. It is an Illinois car, always been driven in winter. I even just had it up on the 4-post. It is literally spotless on the underbody. The rear, I mean, there's no rust. Doors, everything, super clean. And then there's the typical Volkswagen rot spot, is what I would like to call it. There's foam back here, and they rot out right here. But it started over here, and under there is fully rotted too. Well, then this year, this one broke through. It didn't break through yet, but if we're painting both, why not paint both? Because this is about to rot. So this one's clean all the way up here. It looks really nice. I don't know, it sucks that it's rusting right there, so we need to replace it. But that being said, super clean car that is worth throwing fenders on. I ended up getting those a lot cheaper than even buying them from like even eBay. So yeah, it's worth it, especially because I got them cheaper and they're already painted. So all right, let's get in the car and get over to Andrew's and get these things prepped for him to paint them and get them on the car as fast as possible. Hudson, say good morning. All right, so fenders are painted. Andrew messed up and painted them 10 times better than the car's paint actually is. So hopefully they match good. And I went ahead and stripped everything off that I could. This is totally rotted. Light out. Front end's apart, and we're going to pull the fender liner, pull these bolts, and get these things off of here. This one was actually way worse than I thought. So you're gonna have there's like 8 of these T25s in the fender liner. All over in there, that's the first thing, and then this liner should pop out. There we go. So that will be out of the way. And we can get a piece of foam out. See that little foam right there? That is what makes these cars rot right there. Take it out. All right, once you pull the liner out, we have another of the same size, same kind of bolt right there and up there. And I think that's it, right? Mm-hmm. Just those two, and that is the next thing to take out. All right, 2 more. These ones are T30s. That's actually behind that plastic piece, and that's what holds the back of the fender actually onto the door frame part of the car. So I just went ahead and pulled these 3 out. I think these ones were T30s. Those are the 3 holding it to the top of the car, and then we have two more here. And I gotta ask him, I don't know, those are sick. I don't know where I think that was all of them actually. All right, so he's melting the undercoat out of these bolts, screws I guess you call them, to get these out. Obviously they're completely roached. And while he's doing that, I missed this one over here. So there's one more here into the core support. Cooking it. Dude, this thing's shot. So believe it or not, those came right out. They were actually loose, I guess. And then we have one left in the door jamb going this way. Like that's an ideal situation. All right, just like that, the fender should come off, right? Mm-hmm. Just like that. Piece of look at the rat. Hold on. Oh, it's always so way worse on the inside than the outside, guys. So if you think your car is just barely starting to rust, it doesn't have that long left. All right. Oh, look at the leaves. Were those under the fender?
Been replaced and painted once before.
Oh my God, this thing wasn't an accident. On this corner, I guarantee it.
Yep.
We were talking about when we were trying to match the paint on the new fenders. He, who paints stuff all the time, was like, that hood, this hood is painted terrible. It does not even match the car remotely. I can even see that. So, and then also my bumper has fit crooked, even though it's been off about 4 times. And this whole core support, this entire front of this car has been off of the car like twice now to do timing belt and all that stuff like that. And I put it back on and the bumper sits crooked. And we've totally established now that this car was definitely in an accident.
For sure.
In this corner, because it's probably gotten a hood, the bumper seems cheap, and that fender's been replaced. And I know it was rear-ended because it has a new trunk and new rear bumper too. So this thing's pretty much a lemon at this point.
It's a beater.
It's definitely a beater. So we're gonna get this cleaned up and get ready to put the new one on. I can't tell the difference.
Sure.
Well, apparently I didn't tell the difference. This one's already been replaced once, so I think he's probably a better painter than this dude. So
yeah, that's rough.
like I just told him, this car was in Chicago, like downtown Chicago is where it was sold back in like up until like 2012. So it's probably like the 5th fender. We're gonna go ahead and pull this side off too, just so we can get both of them out of there. And then start cleaning everything up, because this is where the fender was rubbing. Obviously it's not rotted, it's just the paint's off. So we're gonna clean that up, paint it, try to keep it nice for 20 more years. But yeah, luckily that's not rotted through. That would suck. The rest of it's very clean. Factory. We have one original fender.
You could tell.
There's not much left of it, except for here. Look at that.
That looks good.
Could have partied it out. This is the detailing process. So there's what's left of the fender on this side.
There's your fender.
There's the fender. All right, we got the fenders out here in the yard, and it looks like all we got to switch over the tab here, and then these two, and then we got to assess. I think this is just taped on, Andrew's saying, so we got to get that off of there. And it looks like, yeah, 1, 2, and 3. That's all we got to switch over. All right, so this is the new fender. We're just starting the bolts because it's probably gonna need a lot of adjustment to actually fit right. Luckily, he knows how to do that. And yeah. All right, so both fenders are on the car now, but we have like an hour's worth of just adjusting everything and making all of the gaps seem right. Paint looks perfect. But that's where I'll be, and then I'll update you guys what we're doing. We just have a lot of adjusting. All right, guys, we are almost done. The car is looking the best it's ever looked. Headlights are back in. Fitment is like, we got the fenders to look so good. The hood is shutting perfect. We have to do a couple hood adjustments on this side. Paint drying down here, which happens to match the factory rock guard flawlessly. That looks really good. All the liner pieces are back in, waiting. We gotta get 2 new clips for here. But yeah, it looks so good. It has never looked this good. With no giant rot hole there, and the paint looks, the silver from Audi is just awesome, especially on camera. It's got like a rainbow look. But paint's drying, gotta get the trim transferred. Yeah. Well guys, off camera, I put the rest of the car back together. But before I show you real quick, I just want to show you how bad these fenders really were. Now they're just off the car. This was the one that was noticeable, that was bothering me. Obviously, there's a hole right there. And the whole inner lip was totally rotten, including down there. And then this side, I thought was actually still in really good shape. It looks fine, fine. The whole bottom of it's gone. Because when I took the trim off, it took the whole fender with it. So I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, we got the trim, everything switched over, and I put the bumper kinda on the car. I put it on in like literally 3 minutes. So it's not totally, I need to adjust it a little bit, but it took us a long time to adjust the fenders. But other than that, the job was actually fairly easy. It's just a lot to take off and a lot to put back on, and a lot of adjustments that you can make, because if you don't care, you don't care, and it'll go quicker. But we really care, so obviously the fitment of the fenders is pretty much perfect. So let me go outside and show you guys the car now it's put together, and that'll be it. Well, there she is, looking absolutely better than ever. No hole in the fender. Like I said, the bumper is my fault that the fitment's like that. But the paint is perfect. Andrew would say otherwise, but it's literally perfect to the normal eye, not the painter's trained eye. But obviously the car's really dirty, but we used, I don't even know what it was, paint on the bottom of this, and it actually matched the factory undercoat perfect. I should have washed the car. Sorry, it's the middle of winter, guys. Got the trim back on, mud flap back on. This switched over, new tape to hold that on. Pop the lights back in. Oh, this is the bestest thing's ever looked. I am super satisfied. And luckily, we got the fenders replaced early enough that there's stuff obviously stuck down in here from the fender rusting. It makes a hole, even with the mud flap, for junk to get stuck right here. So this was all rotted out in the other fender. Luckily, we did it in time that it didn't actually damage the body of the car. So when the fender came off, cleaned everything out. It was a little surface rusty, cleaned up with a wire brush, and painted the actual car body that's under the fenders. And now it should hold up for a lot longer than it was gonna. So yeah, car looked great. I love this silver color. It's not normal silver, just Audi silver. It's got like a rainbow effect in it. It's just cool. A lot of flake. I don't know. I like it. Comment below, do you like the Audi silver better than most normal silvers? I feel like it just looks better. It might just be my eyes, but like a silver Toyota doesn't look this nice. I don't know what it is. It might just be the car. But that being said, that's gonna do it for the video, guys. I hope this helped you out if you want to change the fenders on your car, because if you have a B5, they're probably rusted out, or I mean, if you live around here. But yeah, hopefully that helps you guys out, or you just enjoyed it for entertainment purposes. But yeah, that'll do it for this one, and I'll see you guys on the next video.